What's going on, everybody? It's Eric Ray with the back here, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to absolutely shut down the run in Madden 20. A lot of people have been asking every day, I need run defense, how do you stop these stretch runs specifically? I'm getting gashed by the run. Nothing I do works. So today I'm going to show you how to do that, and today's video is actually a collaboration with another Madden creator who goes by the name of Madden Doctor. Now, he did part 1 on his channel of how to shut down the run out of the 4-4 formation, but he sent me a setup to show you guys how to shut down the run out of the 4-3, and then I'm going to show you my way to stop it out of the 3-4. So you have a way to shut down the run no matter what playbook you use. If you want to use 3-4 or 4-3, I got you covered in this video. If you want to check out the 4-4, check out his video. I'll have it linked below in the description and in the comments. So first we'll start with the 4-3 setup, which is his setup out of the 4-3 over, and the play is cover 4 quarters. Now, the two best types of coverages to typically stop the run are going to be cover 4 and cover 0 blitzes, because the safeties are in run fits and they play the run very well. So we're going to show the I-form close, which is by far the most popular and best run in the game. I've already shown you this on the channel a few weeks ago. So how to set this up against, when you're trying to stop the outside and inside runs, you want a base align, which is wire triangle right on the left stick. You then want to spread your linebackers, which is right on the D-pad, up on the left stick. And then the most crucial part here is you want to get on your linebackers and just slide them out a little bit further, because this is going to help them contain the edge. So we slide this guy out, and then the best thing to do to get this set up quickly is, if you're on Xbox, you want to hit the B button twice. If you're on PS4, you want to hit the circle button twice. And that puts you right on this outside linebacker, and then you just slide him down right there. Now, that's really all you have to do, and then you want to use this guy, kind of back him up so that you can either shoot down into the gap or hit the outside. If you are a little bit quicker and you have more time, though, it is definitely recommended to kind of like slide these safeties down a little bit, because it's going to just help them get to the line of scrimmage quicker. But if you can't do that, it's not going to destroy you or anything like that, but it is better if you have time to do it. The more you practice this, you can get this down before they hike the ball. It's really not that hard. You got about 5 to 6 seconds to set it up, and you can make most of those setups, while you're still, they're still kind of breaking the huddle. So they're going to try to run the stretch. You just want to kind of get to the outside here, and you see everything is just bottled up. Now, he trucked forward and got about 4 yards, but even still, that's great run defense. You can't help if a guy trucks forward or gets a good animation. That's just going to happen sometimes. But you see that we had all the bodies there to just completely bottle it up. There was no cutback lane. There was just nowhere for him to go with the ball. And it's just really crucial to be over here with your user and bottle it up. You see there that he broke a tackle in the backfield, and he still only got about 2 yards out of the play, even though he broke a tackle in the backfield. And again, yes, sometimes you're going to get gassed just because of the nature of the game. Sometimes all the blocks are going to set up. Sometimes somebody might hit you with a juke or a stiff arm and be able to break away a little bit. But for the most part, this is going to be your best bet for bottling up the run. You see, we're going to always have good containment on the edge. Now, the great thing is, even if they flip the run, you're going to still be good. So gonna set it up again here. I won't even touch the safeties this time, but we'll see. We'll flip the run to the left. Now, if they don't motion anybody over specifically, they're definitely going to be a lot weaker to the left because they have less blockers. So again, you just want to shoot out here. You're going to have good containment. It's just your job to kind of clean up the run with the linebacker. If you're not good at using a linebacker, it's going to be hard to stop the run no matter what in any Madden game, because you have to be able to get in there. Sometimes you want to be able to shoot gaps yourself, but if nothing else, you want to at least be able to kind of like muddy it up, kind of get in there and not give them any clean lanes to run through. But sometimes you're going to be like that last line of defense to bottle it up, and you see there that I bottled it up bad, and he got about 6 yards. That was on me. I clicked off, and I didn't bottle it up very good. So you have to be able to bottle that run up yourself sometimes, or else they're going to get a decent game. But with the setup like this, what you're doing is you're pretty much guaranteeing that, you at least have good containment on the edge, and you're going to have other people in there to help you out. Now, I'm going to audible to the dive really quickly to show you. So with the dive, it's definitely a little bit more crucial when you're using the dive, because in terms of using the linebacker, because you definitely want to try to hit the gap quick. Even if you don't make the tackle, you want to take up a blocker to free up somebody else. So you see, shooting the gap here and a hit stick in the backfield, he gets no yards. So that's how you're going to stop the dive out of this. And again, I'm not saying that there's never going to be times where they don't gash you, or where like you might get sucked into a block. Those things happen. Nothing is foolproof in this game, but you can see consistently you're at least keeping them from being able to pick up yards, or you're hitting them behind the line of scrimmage even a decent amount of times. Again, get get in the backfield. I mean, he's losing 2 to 3 yards there. That's exactly what you want every single time. Now, I'm going to show this versus one other stretch run just really quickly, just a couple examples, because this is another really good stretch run that people use, which is the I-form close slot. Again, I showed you this on the channel. Both of those stretches are the 2 best stretch runs in the game, in my opinion, and they're the ones you're going to see the most online. Same setup, base a line, spread linebackers, slide these guys out a little bit. If you have time, you know, bring the safeties down a little bit. You don't really have to, but it definitely does help. Now, typically this stretch, people always run it to the left. They want to run it behind the wide receivers because that is where you get the best blocking. Again, you just want to shoot out here, help contain, and you can see there's no gain there. Bottled up. Now, if they run it to the right, it's even easier to stop this stretch to the right. The stretch does work okay to the right, but it's way more powerful behind the wide receiver side. It's just not even close. So if they try to go right, you really should have no problem stopping this stretch to the right. You just got to get out here again, try to help contain, and a lot of times you don't even have to make the tackle. You just need to get out there and just kind of take the attention of the blockers. Sometimes you will be required to make that play, to get in there and try to make that conservative tackle. You could hit stick if you want. It's a little bit more risky. You know, if you're good on the sticks, of course, you could hit stick, probably force the fumble, but if not, you need to make the conservative tackle. But the majority of the time, when you're shooting out there, what you're doing is just helping taking the attention of one of the blockers, and one of the blockers is going to come upfield to try to get you, and that's going to free up one of those guys in front to get those easy tackles at the line of scrimmage that you've been seeing. So now, we're going to flip sides really quickly so that I can show you how I like to do this out of 3-4, because a lot of you are 3-4 guys as well. So we just kind of have to like run a play here real quick so we can reset the sides of the ball. Now, out of 3-4, what I use is 3-4 odd. 3-4 odd is going to be in every 3-4 base playbook, so that's why it's good to use. And the play I use is the pinch Mike O. This is a play that I've actually seen quite a few people using to stop the run. Everybody kind of uses it a little bit differently. I'm going to show you just the way that I find that it works the best for me. Other people run it a little bit differently. What I do is I spread linebackers, which is right on the D-pad, up on the left stick. I want to crash my D-line down, which is left on the D-pad, down on the right stick, and then I blitz all linebackers, which is right on the D-pad, down on the right stick. Now, what you always want to do is you want to user the weak side linebacker. So, wherever there's the least amount of blockers. So, we could see here that the least amount of blockers is definitely on the left side. So I'm going to I usually just put them in a zone. You don't have to, but I just do that because it just gives me better control of them. And I just stand way back here. The same as we do in the 4-3 over. I like to stand very far back so it gives me a better chance to kind of shoot down and shoot the gaps. So, you know, you can manually, if you have time, slide the outside linebackers out just a little bit to get better contained. I don't find that it's necessary out of this setup. I find that they get good contained even if I don't slide them out. But if you have the time to slide them out, it can't hurt you. And it's basically the same thing. So, you know, if they came out in this formation flipped, I would use this linebacker instead, because I want to be able to use the weak side linebacker so that there's more defenders on the strong side, so that I'm shooting over and becoming an extra defender, instead of, if I was on this guy, then this guy is going to take a little bit longer to get over from the computer, or he's just going to shoot straight down. So if it's a stretch, I want to bring the extra defender over to make it harder to block, if you get what I'm saying. So I back them up back here, same thing. And if they go outside, we're just coming outside. And again, there's good containment, because again, like I said at the beginning of the video, cover 4 and cover 0 is the best way to stop the run, because the safeties are in run fits. This is a cover 0, and the cover 0 I find works even better, because with a cover 4, the safeties still have a slight delay in terms of like attacking the ball carrier, but in a cover 0 they just shoot down immediately because they're manned up. So it's really great. So again, spread linebackers, crash D-line down, blitz all linebackers, and just use the weak side linebacker. And I like to back them up. And again, if they go outside, we're coming outside. I mean, there's just, like that time, we didn't make the tackle, but you could see that all the guys were there. And, you know, part of that is because I'm using both controllers right now. It's a little bit harder to be as accurate on usering when you got to snap the ball on the offense as well. But you saw, I mean, the defenders are there. We're here to make the play. Again, no gain. And again, if they flip the run to the other side, the same thing's going to happen. So we'll flip the run, same setup, spread linebackers, crash D-line, blitz all linebackers. Now they're running to the weak side, but I'm still using the weak side linebacker because I have to assume that they're going to run to the right, because most people run to the strong side. But if they flip it, we're okay with having one less defender over there because they also have one less blocker. So again, we're shooting to the outside, and you see how the safety just shoots immediately down. It just makes it very hard to run. There's no cutback lanes. Now again, if they would have had the whole formation flipped, because in this set we're blitzing all linebackers, if they did this, now I'm using this guy. So you just want to use it. You always want to use the weak side linebacker. Typically, in most formations, it's going to be the linebacker that's opposite side the tight end. It's not going to be true for all of them, but usually opposite side the tight end. That's how it's going to be. And again, I mean, there's no way for him to go. He actually got out of all that traffic and still only gained about half a yard. It's locked up. And again, we'll audible to a dive, because you do have to worry about the dive, because that's the most you're going to see under center is stretch and dive. Some people might try to run tosses, but this defends the toss just as well as it defends the stretch, because they're both outside runs, and the toss is a lot weaker than the stretch in general. So again, you're just shooting down in here. I mean, I just made a horrible attempt at a tackle there, and he still only got 2 yards. Because again, like when you're controlling both controllers, it's just a little bit harder. You're just slightly delayed on actually reacting, but you could see that, I mean, we had that clear shot to get in here, get at him. This other guy blitzing at linebacker usually shoots the gap as well. He loses yards, very simple. So now I want to show it versus the other stretch really quickly too, just to keep it consistent, because as I said, that's another one that you see a lot, which is the I-form close slot. Same thing, 3-4 odd, the pinch Mike O, spread linebackers, crash D-line down, blitz all linebackers. Now here, the weak side of the formation is actually the side with the tight end because of those dual wide receivers over there. So you just have to, it's just simple math. Whichever side has more blockers is a strong side. You want to use the running back on the opposite side. Even though this run is actually supposed to go to the right, like I said, most people flip it and go left. So again, we just come out here, and it's just we have all of these guys out here. We have a safety running, and we have ourselves running, and it's just so easy to get a guy on him right there. Yes, sometimes you might get hit with the stiff arm or the juke, and you might dumb out and miss the tackle. Can't control that. It happens to everybody. But what you want to do is put your defense in position to succeed, to be able to not let them just run through a huge hole and get a huge gain. Again, if they want to go right, I mean, there's just not much you can do here. We got containment on the edge. We got guys shooting through. It's locked up. So that's how I stopped the run at 3-4. The 4-3 over is the Madden Doctor setup, and if you want to see the 4-4 version, go over to his channel. Link is below in the comments and the description. If you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.